Fast fashion is a term that was introduced in the late 1980s as a way of describing clothes that was made to satisfy new fashion trends quickly. Fast fashion clothing is manufactured in the masses. Clothing companies constantly make new fashionable clothes to keep up with trends, and when those trends fade, so does the popularity of the pieces of clothing. Examples of fast fashion companies include, but are not limited to, Forever 21, Zara, and H&M. These clothing pieces that are made from inexpensive materials are sold at prices that are many times more than the cost of production. Since the demand for these trends are high, the cycling of these inexpensive clothes is continuous, which has caused for social and environmental issues. Making clothing in the masses has been around since the Industrial Revolution. The making of textiles in America has been one of the largest economic exports since the first yarn textile factory in 1790. According to ushistory.org, the first factory opened up in the United States right after George Washington became president. In 1790, Samuel Slater, a cotton spinner's apprentice who left England the year before, built a factory from his memory to produce spindles of yarn. The factory had 72 spindles and powered by 9 children pushing foot treadles, soon replaced by water power. From these humble beginnings to the time of the Civil War, there were over 2 million spindles in over 1,200 cotton factories and 1,500 woolen factories. Today, the textile and apparel industry is one of the U.S.'s greatest exports. According to the National Council of Textile Organizations, the U.S. textile industry suppliers and the customers are an important component of the United States economy because of the number of money and jobs provided. The global market value of apparel has also increased significantly with the growth of fast fashion. Since 2011, the global apparel industry has had a growth of 60% and is not expected to slow down. Additionally, U.S. consumers are the leading contribution in fast fashion. 88% of U.S. consumers prefer fast fashion. Fast fashion is also sold online, where it is expected to have tremendous growth over the years with the growth of technology. According to the Economic Impact of Consumer Purchases in Fast Fashion Stores by Noskova and Garoskova.
%, ends up in landfill. In North America, it's estimated to be at least 25 billion pounds a year. In Canada alone, imagine a mountain 3 times the size of Toronto's Rogers Centre Stadium, where they don't biodegrade easily because many are made with fabrics that can't be broken down.
Additionally, according to Addressing Rage, the Fast Fashion Revolt by Jay Hackett, about 8% of greenhouse gas emissions have come from fast fashion. Thousands of liters of clean water goes into the making process of the clothes and results in polluted waters.
Do you know who made these clothes? Do you know what that person was paid? Do you know what country they were made in?
Fast fashion manufacturing often participates in outsourcing, a process in which clothes is made outside of the country in order to decrease cost of production.
And as late as the 1960s, 95% of our clothes were made right here in the United States. Today, that figure is less than 3%. And as the distance from the production location to the purchase location of our products has grown, what has decreased is the amount of accountability and transparency in our supply chains.
According to Addressing Rage, the Fast Fashion Revolt by Jay Hackett, this lack of regulation has resulted in the allowance of poor and sometimes inhumane work conditions. Workers in developing countries earn less than a living wage, and where technology should help, it has only served to intensify the demands on the poor workers. process of recycling clothes on the masses has grown. These companies will buy and sell clothes that has been used. Individual companies have also begun to attempt to make more sustainable materials.
We have been able to create fibers and yarns that look like cotton, look like polyester, look like rayon, but perform like something completely new and different, made entirely out of waste.
Retail companies have also tried to be more sustainable. According to Clothing Retailers Explore, an alternative to fast fashion rentals by Smith & Hership, brands are beginning to ask customers to recycle their old clothes back to them. Retail companies are also moving towards sustainability with the use of subscription and subscription boxes. Brands like Banana Republic, H&M, and Taylor & Levi's have all adopted this method of subscriptions for clothing at a fixed cost. To reduce the levels of social and environmental pollution, there are a few things that the regular person can do. Some of these things are thrifting, reselling old clothes, buying local instead of on the masses, subscription boxes, and even apps like Depop where you can buy and sell your own clothes. Thank you.